And after the pageantry comes some serious policy challenges for President Obama's second term. To assess the politics on Capitol Hill, I've been speaking to Brendon O'Connor from the US Study Centre. He says Obama's wide-ranging speech provided a hint at what foreign policy challenges lie ahead.
There was a little bit of talk about supporting democracies around the world, a little bit of a reflection that sounded at times a little bit like George W. Bush's second inaugural address. But I think it's a far less ambitious US policy that we'll see, particularly in the Middle East, in his second term. I think this pivot to Asia will become stronger and stronger in what Obama does in terms of his foreign policy.
Well, Republicans will no doubt say this was a further endorsement of his big government vision, and he didn't do nearly enough to reach out to those that didn't vote for him. Would that be a fair call?
I think this was a speech a little bit to the base, to the true believers, those who voted for him. But I think there was also a turn in the speech where he talked about the need for bipartisanship in Washington, that adults needed to step up and solve the debt problems that America has, and that cooperation in the national interest was required. So there was, I think, some words of maybe compromise towards his Republican colleagues, or giving them a little bit of sort of rope to hang themselves with, saying you're on notice to solve these problems.
Well, plenty of challenges, of course, ahead. He's facing a very hostile Congress. Do you think he'll realistically be able to achieve much with that in mind?
I think the winter is in Obama's sails at the moment. He's had a pretty good 2 months. The Republicans, particularly in the House of Representatives, are on the back foot. And I think this is a time where Obama will push things. We can see this on gun control, him showing that he's willing to spend a little bit more political capital, try to win the debates in the court of public opinion, and then force Republicans to vote against what might be unpopular ideas.
Well, plenty of pomp and pageantry today, Brendon, but there will be no honeymoon this time around. What happens tomorrow?
Well, he's already rolled his sleeves up, and he was doing this throughout the campaign in many regards. The sense that Obama just enjoys governing, he doesn't enjoy campaigning that much anymore, that he's not a man who's just, a person who makes great speeches, but he's more a day-to-day politician, I think became more and more obvious throughout his first term as president. And I think that's what he's tended to enjoy more, the decision-making role, rather than the pomp and circumstance that he probably the first time round got caught up in, as everyone did in Washington in 2009.
Brendon O'Connor from the US Study Centre at Sydney University there.